So right here it says this is a group chat of black women who date white men, stating black men belong in a coffin. And you used to they would say they would do stuff like this on Clubhouse. They'd be on Twitter Spaces. They'll have their group chats, whatever, and they will speak on stuff like this. But apparently, incels are the problem. Watch this. This is normal conversation, though, mind you, because I've heard this stuff.
There's no turning back because these dusties are dusty. They just belong in a coffin. They just belong in a coffin. I agree.
Ladies, I'm so happy that we love in white men because they are the most sweetest, wonderful men. And you know what's so sad? Our mothers should have left the black men a long time ago.
I feel safe now that the dusties are in the gulags. When I look at the title, white men are better for black women, there's no turning back because these dusties are dusty. They just belong in a coffin. They just belong in a coffin.
Now, this is the thing, though, because people are just going to say, damn, this is why I don't date BWs. Guys, there's a whole generation of just women, particularly American-raised women, where they joke. I'm talking about of all races, but particularly you're talking about white American women, black American women, where they'll make jokes about if I'm like if it's a girl, it's like they'll say stuff like this, like if I'm pregnant and it's a girl, I'm keeping the pregnancy, but if it's a boy, it's an abortion. Like they'll say stuff like this, and they'll be like, guys, I'm just joking. They're not joking. So you really have to be careful of the women you really got to do some recon on the women you're dating, because they're just brought up to just not like look at you as a human, right? I have many more examples. I remember I did show the Chronic clip where Chronic had shared the recording of what what the black women were talking about white cops abusing black men, and the stuff that they were saying about that, like celebrating it basically. And I was like, damn, right? But there's a lot of examples of that, right? But yeah, they don't get their channels taken, they don't get their social media platforms taken away from them. G-Man says, stay Keisha free. Facts. I'll say this, any woman, mind you, it doesn't have to be just black women, any woman that where I detect that knuckleheadedness, even educated women, they'll slip up. Educated women, they'll slip up and they start talking about some man-hating type stuff. I'd be walking away. But particularly when you're talking about women that think that acting like a Keisha or cosplaying as a Keisha is a positive and not a negative, I stay away. But what people got to understand too, let me show you this. When you look at the people that make up these Cynthia G type groups or these divestors, and they start saying the stuff that they say about black men, you have to understand these are not hood rats. These are not, I'm telling you, most of these women are not hood rats. They are college educated black women, bro. I'm telling you from my anecdotal experience being on that black feminist, panel with those women, they were not hood rats. Their mom maybe have been hood rats or whatever. But I'm talking about they grew up in the suburbs or they did go to a college, like they're college educated. They're not like some hood rat chicks, and they're just. I'm telling you, a lot of those chicks, what happened to them is they weren't used to Pookie. They fell for a Pookie. They got burned somehow. They caught an STD. They got hurt. They got their heart broken by a Pookie, and because they're not from the hood, they did not see Pookie coming. They did not see Pookie coming, so they got hurt in a major way, and they end up taking that hurt and spreading, and just spreading that hurt around, right? Because believe it or not, like a lot of these people that make up these groups, they're not like nothing crazy traumatic happened to them where they got touched by a black. No, like this is not. I'm telling you, that's not it. Because if that was really the story, you'd be like, oh damn, that's unfortunate. But that's not. Trust me, that's not the story. A lot of these are college educated black women that got played by a dude with barely a 10th grade education, and they got messed up in a major way. Meaning they went to jail over their boyfriend Pookie that they were taking care of, that they went crazy over. Hold on. Let me see if I can show. Can I show you that clip from that Tyler Perry movie with oh man, can I show that clip? I hope people know what I'm talking about. Remember the movie with Trey Songz and the bitch from Sister Sister? And you had the Spanish chick was over at the the ninja's crib. Turns out Trey Songz didn't own the crib. It belonged to his girl.
This is your house. Tell her you've got company.
I can't.
Why not?
This ain't my house. It's hers. I can't afford this shit, man.
Damn door! You can afford a Range Rover and you have that titanium American Express card.
That shit hers too.
You said she was married.
She is, like, sometimes she not.
I know you ain't got that hoe from the restaurant in there. Who's she calling a hoe?
You
I'm not shushing nothing.
better shoot. She crazy.
I'm gonna shoot you and that bitch because you know I'm crazy.
Told you she crazy. Crazy, she crazy.
Why are you doing this to me? Open.
It be Pookies like that. I'm talking about running circles around these so-called college-educated women. They get burned in a major way. They get the cops called on them. I'm talking about the women, and they never get over. I'm talking about, or they just strictly date Pookies, and they never understand why their life is full of misery. They never considered like dating a normal black dude. Never, ever. Lasagna Killer said, yeah, we all knew this, but at least they used to try to hide it. Now they're just saying it in public. Yeah, this is true. G-Man said, this is some weirdo-ish facts. Lasagna Killer said, it's just old people don't know. Yes and no about that. Yes and no. Lasagna Killer said, that's why I laugh at black conservatives. Well, you can laugh at black conservatives, but it's more laughable to be a black male liberal. Like, because these black women here, these are liberals. They're definitely not conservatives. Pyro the Flame King says, I think there was a white woman there, and even she felt uncomfortable laughing it off. Oh yeah, they know about black women that talk like this. And I can feel I'll say this, I can feel the disconnect. Meaning, I will say this, pre 2022, if I had a random like interaction with the average black woman, it would be, I'm not going to say positive, but it wouldn't be, there's no tension. Meaning like I'll say I'll say pre 2020. I'll say this, basically pre Kevin Samuels. The average interaction with a black woman for me, it's always been low key, like fun and games. Not even gonna lie to you. It's never like there's no tension. Now I can feel the tension. Like I can see it. Like if the black woman doesn't know you and you're just like a random black dude that's like, even if like, I'm talking about even back then when, because I would say I don't think black women for the most part, I'm pretty sure they don't find me attractive. Most of them, right? But even then, it would still be, the interaction wouldn't be, there's no tension there. Now it's weird. Like it's the tension is weird. I don't know what it is now, but I can feel like the coldness. I can like really feel the cold. Like I used to be, like, even when I was like a cashier at Home Depot, like my average interaction with like the black woman, it'll be low key. It'd be funny. Like we'll say a joke and then we'll laugh at some inside, black humors type stuff. Right now, the only like positive interactions I have with black women are not like FBA, meaning, but even then, even Haitian black women I've come across, I can feel the tension. It's like there's like a coldness to them now. Like it's crazy, right? Like it's weird, Garrett said, damn, that's some clan-ish facts. That group chat, mind you, I've come across some very racist like white people, like, and even I couldn't even imagine them saying the stuff that I've seen, the divestors, or the self-proclaimed divestors, the language that they use. Even like clan members wouldn't even use this stuff. Lasagna Killer says most black women treat black dudes like trash, but treat most of the other races like gods. But meaning basically the average black dude or black dudes that they don't find attractive, they're very cold to them, very cold. And I'll say this, like, it's really awkward. The interactions will be awkward because even in like some of these, it'll be like the studio session, all these bitches is over, right? It's weird. It's weird because I've always been myself. I've always, I've never switched it up. I'm telling you, I've never switched it up. I've never switched it up. Dude, I don't even smile at white women. Like people don't understand how I roll. Like I don't even smile at white women. I don't smile with Asian women or Latina women. But I'm talking about like they go out of their way to like be nice and stuff. Even if they find me whatever, which I'm not looking for. But it's like I can feel the coldness, particularly nowadays. I'll say basically post Kevin Samuels passing, I can really feel the coldness. Like it's weird. The irony is this: when it comes to like the real hood black chicks or like the classic pro black girls or the like the classic pro black women, I'm talking about it's an actual positive interaction. But I'm talking about like the average black girl now, if she comes across like a black dude that she doesn't even like, not even mess with, it's a real coldness. It's weird. It's weird because I don't expect that. I didn't grow up with black women being cold to me. I did not grow up with this, bro. So it's weird to me. It's a weird energy. I didn't grow up with this. Trust, like I'm telling you, I did not grow up with this. But I haven't switched it up. I really, in terms of interaction, like I already know I'm not the most approachable person, but usually how I grew up, if black women came around, black dudes came around, it's always a positive interaction. Now the only time is like a real positive interaction if that black woman already has a black dude with her. But I'm talking about like the average black single woman, American raised, is like it's a real coldness that they got. It's like, damn,